Tape marker. Action. Now let's talk to spoilers, guys. We're gonna talk about spoilers right now. We do recommend this movie once again. We're gonna talk about spoilers. So if you want to talk about spoilers with us, if you just want to talk spoilers, we're gonna mention a few things here. We're gonna mention a little end credit scene. There is two end credit scenes, by the way, guys. So let's get right to it. Again, we're gonna talk about spoilers, ladies and gentlemen. Spoilers here. Let's get right to it. Let's digest all these spoilers here. Now let's start with your rating, Lex. Lex, what did you give this rating of this movie?
I gave it 7.5.
7.5. I gave it a solid 6, guys. 6 out of 10. Remember, Thor's my favorite of the OG Avengers cast, whatever you want to call it, the OG cast. It's gonna be Thor for sure, 100%. No way, ain't nobody else. Because I do not like Captain America, but I'll let that be said. But yeah, again, nothing against Chris Evans, just on the whole character itself. But yeah, let's get right to it, Lex. Let's talk about the end credit scene here, man. Let's talk about the whole Zeus, the comedy. Again, Zeus. Russell Crowe plays Zeus in this movie, and I didn't like Zeus. I didn't like Zeus, dude. I'll be honest. I didn't like the fat Zeus. I really thought we were gonna get I wanted a cocky son of a gun Zeus. I wanted a cocky.
He was cocky.
No, I mean, not really. He was pretending to be cocky. That's different. I wanted him to actually be a stuck up a-hole cocky son of a gun. That's what I wanted. And I wanted Thor to be like, oh my God. Like, so Thor, what I expected out of Thor was exactly what we got in the movie. So that was fine. I knew he was gonna be like, oh man, he's my, he's my hero or whatever. And that's totally fine. I get that. That makes sense here. But at the same time, okay, let's suck this in for a little bit. All right. At the same time, though, you cannot have Zeus without certain people, right? Because even Thor mentioned it. We have Hercules and all this stuff, and the other end credit. Well, let's start off with the first end credit scene real quick. Which was, I can't remember. Oh, Natalie Portman, which went into like the
that's the last one.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Let's go to, okay, so we find out Zeus is not actually dead, which I'm not surprised about. I really am not. It was kind of easy. Yeah. It was too easy. It really was. It was too easy. It was just like, what the hell? But knowing that Zeus is not dead, as far as we know it, and he was talking to his son, Hercules, which is funny because, we've seen this actor. We're a huge fan of this actor here. And of course, it's none other than himself from Ted Lasso, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, look at this guy. He plays Hercules in the cast here. I mean, I was very surprised. That was a shocker for me. Yeah. I think this was the end credit scene for where we got Zeus should have been the ending for the movie. That was the best part. I think the movie would have been a lot better as ending as a whole. Speaking of the ending, let's talk about the ending real quick as well. I know I keep jumping back and forth here, but the ending to where we see the daughter of Gore the Butcher being taken in by Thor, the god of thunder. What did you feel? I mean, I was not happy. I was not a fan of this ending, dude. I hate to say it. It's not that. And again, they'll be like, Ryan, what the heck? You don't like kids? No, that's not it. It's just the story, the way it was progressed, the way it unfolded. I did not like it. Again, we talk about Natalie Portman. I loved Natalie Portman so much. The emotional aspect, the whole emotions was just sucking them in. I love that because, again, we went into a dark tone where we saw her go through cancer. We saw her go through all these struggles. I love that. That's beautifully done. Natalie Portman does a phenomenal job there. That was awesome. I love that take. All right, let's leave it like that, okay? Now, furthermore, we get into something else, and the jokes start pushing out more, and it kind of misses the emotional grasp that it's supposed to make audiences feel. I feel like for me, it kind of sidetracked everybody again with the jokes and everything. Even so, I wish they could have really focused a little bit more on that what do you call it, that seriousness, I guess, so to speak, in there. But I mean, were you a fan of the ending?
Yes and no. I'm torn. for context, since we're talking about spoilers, like Gore decides to make his wish to eternity, which was his big goal, because he was originally going to wish that all gods are dead, right?
Yeah.
But Thor kind of gave him a speech about choosing love, and I like that part because it got real, like in terms of like being real about it. Is like, if you're sad about, like, if you lost it all, like lost your daughter, like, why just not wish for her to be back? But there was a real dilemma of like, well, why bring her back if I know I'm about to die?
Yeah.
Right? And I enjoyed. I don't think it landed 100%. For me, I saw where they were going. I saw the impact, and it was different. And I don't dislike different. I think it was refreshing to an extent. It was anticlimactic. I don't think there was a way to go around that, around it feeling anticlimactic, but I liked that dilemma in conversation. I think it had a good theme around it. It's just, once again, when the movie has focused and kind of fractioned out different bits and pieces of comedy and all that stuff, it just, I feel like it never really prepared us for the seriousness of that conversation that takes place, of Gore really needing to look at himself and choose the path of love, which is making the ultimate sacrifice. If you do have the ability to wish for anything, wish for your daughter to come back and live out your legacy. And his problem was, once again, she was going to be by herself, and Natalie Portman said she won't be by herself, and kind of pointing to like,
Yeah.
Thor will look after her, which part of it like makes me feel like she just volunteered him. But like, I think they could have done a better job at like Thor kind of making that decision or stepping up. But it was
Yeah.
almost felt like Natalie Portman, Jane Foster character, like she volunteered on his behalf. So she was
Yeah.
also on her way out, like in terms of dying. It's okay, Mama. And once again, I like the themes around it. I just feel like
No.
they never really made us feel enough to be like, okay, wow, like that was impactful. Once again, I
Exactly.
saw it
Yes.
because I get to see what they tried to set up. And then they fast forward a little bit, they start kind of showing where the characters are after the fact. And this is the part where, like, I feel like they skipped ahead. Like, they skipped ahead, and they're showing us this fun adventure that Thor is now embracing and going after as Uncle Thor, as
Yeah.
like someone that has someone to look after. And I think it can take his character to a very interesting place. The actress that played the kid was cool. Like, for the little time that she was in it and she was actually talking, she had a lot of character to her. She had a lot of charisma and stuff like that. And I hope that they don't really like age her, like keep that same actress, because I think it shows promise.
Yeah.
And that back and forth can be really fun. So once again, I'm excited to where Thor is gonna go now as a character. I think that can be fun. The kid has powers. She has powers, but it, once again, it didn't even let me feel for how the kid is
Yeah.
accepting the fact that
It didn't make
Thor
sense
is
to me.
looking after. It just skipped
Yeah.
ahead. It skipped ahead and is like, let us give you a
We're just
preview
gonna
of the
push it
fun
all
that's
out.
to come.
We're just gonna throw it out at you. Yeah.
And so that's why I was saying,
Agreed.
like, in the non-spoiler review, I was saying, like, I'm torn because I'm excited, but like, it kind of didn't do justice to some characters, like Gore the Butcher. Like, he kind of had like a quick turn. Once again, the dialogue I really like. It's just it didn't hit as much in terms of effect. And then it just, once again, like, it almost feels like the ending works if the next chapter of Thor's life, if it lands, if I guess it's gonna make me feel like it was a better ending that it currently makes me feel, if I know that those decisions are gonna pay off and those decisions are gonna work. So it just kind of sucks. It kind of sucks because as a single movie, the ending was weird, and it's the same thing. It's divisive.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, we'll see.
True.
I personally didn't dislike it.
We'll find out. Yeah. I mean, I did not like it, man, because I just
Yeah.
it didn't feel it, again when you throw stuff at me, Disney slash Star Wars like Rose or anything like it just goes back to Last Jedi all over again. It just like just stop like just you have to create a story, you have to create development. And that's the way to really do it. That's how to make a really good character. That's how to and again, nothing on the kid actress or anything like that. It's just the way the story was written. And again, Lex, but after telling me after the movie, after the fact that this movie could be a 4 hour, I was just like, I see it. And knowing that more critics are saying this feels more and more like a TV show, I see that completely now. Because I feel like we're missing a part. I feel like this is just part one. I feel like this is Stranger Things. We're just watching part one. We're gonna get part two next month.
That's the thing. It takes 4
Yeah.
years for the next one to come out. Like we don't know. I mean, maybe I don't know.
God.
I don't know.
Watch, we're gonna get announced next month. Thor and Love and Thunder series coming to Disney Plus.
No,
That's what we're gonna get, dude.
no, it's too good for
I
it.
just again, it's just because I care so much about this character. I wanted it to be a lot better. I really did. I had
no, I
high expectations going to this movie, but again, though, call me whatever, man. Well, why were you crazy? What are you talking about? You don't critique this movie too much. No, it's because I really adore this character, just like the Batman and just like all the Black Adam. I have high expectations. Henry Cavill as Superman, high expectations. It's just very high expectations there, and most of the time they're met. They really are. I promise you, guarantee you. Henry Cavill is Superman as much as Chris Hemsworth is Thor. Just like they're both equal and they're both should be playing the role forever. Does not matter. Chris Hemsworth his smile is so beautiful. I mean, I just love his smile. His laugh is just hilarious. It just makes you smile. It brings a breath of joy into your life. It really does. I'll say that. But yeah, I mean, so and then let's talk about the other end credit scene where we see with Natalie Portman goes into
Valhalla.
it's Mahala. There you go. Yeah,
Valhalla.
Mahala.
No, Valhalla. With
Oh, Valhalla.
Yeah.
I'll say Mahala. like Hawaii.
Yeah.
Valhalla. like Hawaii or something.
Valhalla.
Yeah, sounds like a
Yeah,
Hawaii name.
she shows up again, and she's alive, and well, not alive. She went to Valhalla, so that's like heaven.
And we see
Viking.
Idris Elba in there, man.
Yeah,
That was,
that was surprising.
I would have felt again though. This is just my opinion. I would have felt a little bit more emotional if it was Thor's mom doing it. That would have been really good. Again, because she got
Yeah, a
kind
long
of
time ago, though. Oh, you mean like Thor's mom instead of Idris Elba?
yes, because
Yeah, that would have been better.
she got closer to Jane in part
Yeah,
two, and she was protecting Jane. Remember, she died protecting Jane in part two. You remember that? She
yeah.
died, so that would have been again just a little missed opportunity there, but not
Yeah,
as an, I
I was
mean,
putting the
I
actor.
would have been like, I would have been like, oh my god, that's the best part of the movie. You should have added that at the end of the movie. But again, though, just missed opportunity there, just with
I
me.
just honestly this credit scene I don't and that was it. Like they just say hello and he
Yeah,
explains like, oh, you're in Valhalla, and she's like, oh, okay, and that's it. Like it ends.
it just yeah, because
That
it's you don't want to give too much. So that's the thing. They're
that
so
credit scene I
focused
actually
on the
don't
next
like.
one. Okay, wow,
I
damn.
Because like we
See,
felt
I'm
I
totally
felt for her dad. Like they built up to that. She had a sacrifice, and it's like, hello.
See, I did not like on the last Doctor Strange movie, Multiverse of Madness. I did not like the Bruce Campbell funny one that was comedy. It was just annoying.
Yeah, yeah.
I
This is
hated it.
better than that. I think it's better than that
Oh yeah,
because
it's
it
better
does
than
show
that.
promise, but it almost feels like the
Yeah,
stakes were like. Because once again, I understand she's not alive, but I mean, she looks. I would have preferred for them to keep Valhalla like this realm and this
yeah,
like unknown thing. Like just they had already shown us in the movie the way it ends. The way she dies, she disappears into little particles, glimmer of light, the same way that Odin did when he died.
yes,
And so and like that already told me, it's like, oh, okay, so because she was wearing Mjolnir and
hmm
she died in battle, which they talked about, they foreshadowed it, is that's how you go to Valhalla. And so I knew she went to Valhalla. I did not need to see that because then it just feels like a tangible place that characters can just come back from. And yes, they might use them in the future. I would have preferred for them to not do that and just leave that. Like, we lost her as a character. Let us feel that loss. Let us miss them before we
Yeah.
figure out. And no, this after credit scene, she's like, "Hello," and it's like, I did not like that.
Yeah.
I personally did not like the second after credit scene. The first one, I really liked it. I didn't like the second one.
I like the fight scenes between Christian Bale and we see Tessa Thompson take a hit. She gets diced in the kidney. It looks like she seems like she lost a kidney. I don't know if it was a joke. Again, I just don't like the jokes. I do not. And again, okay, I know we're gonna talk about this joke real quick. Again, this is a spoiler. If this is PG-13, right? This is PG-13. Lex knows exactly what I'm talking about. I have to mention it because it's like I mean, call me whatever the f you want. If I watch Euphoria, I have no problem with nudity. I have no problem with certain comedy when it takes jabs at anybody by all means. Neighbors, Neighbors too. That's the kind of comedy that I really do like. Super Bad. Again, now knowing that the comedy that I like. Now let's talk about it. They mention shit, I don't know how many times in this review. I mean, in this review. Well, not in this review, but in the in the movie. I didn't know you could get away with stuff like that, man. In PG-13, I did not know you could. Dude,
PG-13 movies are you watching?
I'm trying to remember because, like, I'll be honest though, all the movies I watch are pretty much rated R, so it's like it doesn't like. I don't see the filter, I guess. I don't watch enough PG-13 movies to fully understand it all, and then they mention orgy a lot, and it's about like 4 or 5 times in the one scene. And it's, again though, it's a very it's a very annoying thing to where like you just keep mentioning it over and over. I'm just like, this is Disney, what the hell? Like it's but at the same time though, I'm just like, it's Tyga though. It's not even I would not blame Disney because this is the whole form. Again, Jojo Rabbit. Again, Taika Waititi is a phenomenal director, actor. He played Hitler in Jojo Rabbit. That whole story arc is so beautifully done, well written. I love the comedy there. It's very raunchy comedy. It's very vulgar. I love that. That's his style. No, now with that being said, knowing that he's making a Star Wars movie, I'm kind of like being a huge Star Wars fan. We both are, Lex. I'm kind of like want him to not do Star Wars because if he's gonna try to make it that same comedy, I want him to do other projects where he's able to just like let loose.
I don't think he will. Part of me understands where you're coming from because for me, I was like, I'm wondering how he'll handle Star Wars now.
Yeah, because of how, the tone. It's a totally different tone.
But I don't think. I think that was just that he was able to get away with this because of the character of Thor, which we all embraced. As in Ragnarok, the audience embraced it, everyone embraced it. Chris Hemsworth does a really good job. He has charisma, he's funny. It's okay for this movie to be fun and alright and wacky to an extent. Once again, this felt disproportional. I don't think Star Wars is going to let him do that. Marvel let him do that for this one. I don't think Star Wars is going to let him do that. So that's why I'm not as concerned because, like you said, Taika Waititi can do some of his DNA in it, but controlled, and that tends to be a really good story. And so, but I get you though. Like part of me did think like I'm wondering how he's gonna handle. Before I was just like, oh, like take the wheel, like I trust it. Now it's I do wonder what he's gonna do. But I think once again, this was Marvel kind of just letting him like take full control and kind of get funky with it. And maybe they'll learn from this. If the movie is split, if it doesn't, I think it's gonna make good money and all that stuff. I don't think it's gonna bomb. It's not gonna do that. But it's gonna leave people split. And so maybe Marvel will be
it's still gonna make a lot of money.
Project. Let's just kind of bring it in together. Once again, they have a cool setup. It's just they're really gonna have to like make it land and kind of balance those things out. But I gotta say, like if there is a character to go wacky with it, I mean it is Thor. Like
Mm.
Thor and maybe Guardians also can go wacky, but that James Gunn
Yeah.
has his own thing going on there.
True. True.
So it's not a lot of characters that Marvel can do that. So I do like that it's different. I do once again like a lot of what they did here. But yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye on that one, like the Star Wars
Yeah.
thing, like you said. But
Definitely.
I don't think I'm in a position where I want him to just not take on that project.
I want him to do other stuff besides that. It's just he's gonna be so. I mean, he already said it, he's focused solely on it on Star Wars already. He's already working on the script, working on the story. Again, because he has to start with the original story here. This is gonna be original written by Taiga because they're not relying on any more Skywalker stuff. But again, that's another side thing. But going back to the Thor review, knowing it's Love and Thunder now, the whole aspect of it, it just. I walked away entertained, but again, I just wanted this movie to be a lot better. I'll say that. I really did. Just because it's a Thor movie and I really enjoyed it. But yeah, any final thoughts, Lex?
No, it's a fun ride. And it's just gonna depend on whether you just want a fun ride or you want
It's the comedy. It's the comedy. That's the saying. It's and again though, we're saying it because it's the whole comedy. What kind of comedy do you like? That's what it's going to come down to. Whether we like it or not, it's going to come down to what kind of comedy do you like? And I'm going to, and I'll be honest,
like what kind and how much. I think it's
true. Oh yeah, true.
I like
in this case, it's how much because damn, he just goes on and on and on and on and like
proportional.
Yeah, definitely. But all right, guys, if you haven't already, like, share, subscribe hit that little bell notification to get notified on all our movie reviews, reactions. We got The Boys coming out later this week. We're gonna be doing a reaction/review about it of season 3. What season is it? Oh my gosh.
3.
I think it's 3. Yeah, season 3. Man, see, it's like in the middle of the night, guys. I do apologize here. I'm a little tired. We're a little tired right now, but stay tuned because we got a lot more awesome content here with me and Lex and everything. But yeah, thank you so much, guys, for making us a part of your day. As always, I'm your host, Ryan D. Ryan 680.
This was Lex. Y'all take care, and hope you guys enjoy the review.
Yeah, guys. Check y'all later, man. Oh, put on comments down below. What did you think of the movie? Comments down below.